Well, I'm waiting on my granddaughter to pick me up. We're going to a concert together. She said, this is going to be strange going to a concert with my grandma. We're going to go see Citizen Soldier. And you never know. You know, I made my own family and my own memories. But I started thinking today, I haven't really talked much about my childhood here lately. I mean, I did at the beginning and other times. And I got a lot of new people that's come in. I could tell by the comments and stuff. And this is my childhood. Rebecca was the end of my childhood journey, and by the time I got to Rebecca, there was so much damage done by the system in my own family that I probably really did need help. But so I thought I would kind of tell my story and how I compare it, with what's going on today, because nothing's changed. People say that happened to you in the '70s. It didn't matter. Nothing's changed. The Householder Circle of Hope trials coming up, same abuse. DCFS, same stuff. Nothing's ever changed. Only thing that's changed is the abusers and the children. But the abuse and the continuance of the mental health problems and everything that's caused from it still exists. So I was removed by the age of 11, but I had many trips to the emergency room as a little girl, and I wear them scars inside and out. I was hurt very badly, and it took them a while back then to get me out, remove me a couple years, messing with the system. I was in 33 different foster homes. I was moved around a lot. I never went to. I got to go to school maybe 2 or 3 weeks here, or maybe a week there, but never really got to go to school like normal kids or nothing. It was just I always wanted to go to school. People, want to talk about learning. I love to learn. I learn still today. I just learned a bunch of stuff last night about what's going on right now in the world. So I teach myself. I always had to teach myself. A lot of people make comments and little jokes about my spelling or something. I know that. Hell, I gave it my best shot. I tried hard. I tried really hard. Believe me. I really wanted to go to school. I was in 2 group homes, one in Dayton, Ohio, and one in Indiana. I think it was in Indiana, and I left there. Well, I was running away. When I was running away from my abusers or other abusers, because I got tired of being hurt, I was put in Geneva, Illinois, girls' home, and it was my state home. It was closed in 1978. It was tore down to build a subdivision. There was you can look. I got pictures and you can look it up. There was a graveyard and mostly babies and young girls there, and they left them to rest, and they built a subdivision around it. I was placed in the mental hospital not because of issues or for placement, for placement, but the mental health issue is a whole video on its own. How the system and what they do to children and experiment on these strong drugs. It's all for profit. It's sad. It's a sad situation. I left there. They didn't have nowhere to place me. I was placed in juvenile detention. I was placed in juvenile detention, and kids still today are placed in juvenile detentions. As you see, many are getting built again. This is a whole bad thing. Now, every time I tell my story and speak out, I always say children aren't criminals and they shouldn't be treated like criminals. Why would you lock down a child and institutionalize them because they got dealt a shit hand of parents? And by the time they get out of the system, see, they're institutionalized, and then there's the pipeline, because you feel safer inside than you do outside. I was with 2 cults. The judge gave me to the first cult was called His Community, Kankakee, Illinois, 1979. They went to a Christmas party and disappeared with 18 children. Haven't been found really since or heard of. I think they located them once in Kentucky and they moved on. And I think 2 children have been found, 2 boys. There's only 2 or 3 articles about it that if you Google it. But they went to find the promised land and they took the children and disappeared. I got placed in Rebecca when I was 13, and I stayed there until the FBI raid and the state raid in 1979, almost 3.5 years. It was Christian nationalism, and it was horrific abuse. So, but I don't want to go too much on this video, but I'm going to do a part 2, because I want to connect these dots with charter schools and let show you what it means for a, a profit for a nonprofit. And the only thing we did is make rich people richer.